Yo, 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 you tuning into the Notion Podcast. It's your boy Dizzy D Spill in the building with my co-host.
Farmer Poe.
And Jelani Evans.
You got it right? Got the camera right.
It's good, man.
It's good.
It's good.
How y'all doing, fellas?
I'm doing good. I'm recouping.
Okay.
I'm good.
I'm maintaining. I can't
Maintaining.
complain, you know.
Maintaining, no complaining.
Enjoying the weather.
Oh, the weather's beautiful today, isn't it?
I mean, like, it's just crazy overall.
So
I'm just
confusing.
enjoying. Yeah, that's the thing.
I
I'm
walked
kinda
outside
like,
with a jacket and went immediately back inside to put on shorts.
Bruh, it's like that. This remind me of being in the South, that humid weather where it's
outside,
warm and raining.
And it's raining. You're like, oh, all right, I ain't gonna go nowhere today. Then you turn around and the sun's out. You're like, all right, I'll slide outside. You can go outside. You check the forecast. You like start sprinkling. You like, blood. I'm in a suede case, like a short song.
Especially in Sac, like for some reason in Sacramento, you could be in one part of the city and it's raining,
Yeah.
and for some reason I know where the rain is gonna stop. Like in the South, if everywhere from Mac to Fruit Ridge is rain, as soon as you cross Fruit Ridge, the rain stops. It just stops.
Sad over there. No,
Like,
I'm just
My man
you
said
might
it's,
got a point.
my man
you
said
might
it's
got a point.
cursed.
Nah, it's real talk.
just a gloom cloud. Just
Like, make it to Fruit Ridge. Just make it to.
hey, you remember them commercials like where they're trying to get you to take them prescription drugs and they had to like the circle and it was all down and it had like a cloud over it. Raining.
Yeah. Them cold flu
sad,
medicines.
Bro. Just,
yeah.
gosh, damn.
It really had you thinking all you needed was a little dose and you was back.
Gotta
Yeah,
get to
hey,
the north.
You know those words. You know when there's a word for something that exactly describes what it is, but you didn't realize that the word described exactly what it was. The word was just so common.
Yeah.
No, we
Like,
read.
it's gloomy outside, and now I know why.
Yeah, it's gloomy outside, man.
The mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, took me a while to get it.
You know what's crazy? From
I'm
a
here, though.
photography aspect, this is the best weather to shoot.
Yeah, the
when it's
lighting,
overcast.
Yes.
The lighting.
Yes.
Crazy.
No glare.
Yep.
That's crazy, right?
What?
Perfect.
We should do a shoot after this.
This is going to be depressing.
I mean, I won't smile. Yeah.
Took your advice. Listen to the Vince Staples album.
What you think?
I like it. But I understand like the difference between Vince Staples and Kendrick. It's like you have to be in a mode for each album. In my opinion, for me.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I went back and I've been listening to the Kendrick album a little more.
Mm-hmm.
I have my favorites, and you know some of the albums are kind of, but it's a good album.
Mm-hmm.
I know I forgot. Yeah, it's all right. No, it's a good album.
Yeah,
it's a
Kendrick
good
one?
album. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a solid album.
Yep.
Yeah. I definitely been making some new mixes.
For real.
Just with newer music I've been listening to. But I was like, I'm gonna listen to this Vince. I think the day you talked about it, I was like, I'm finna download it. And I was just cleaning up, doing dishes and stuff I need to do, preparing for the week, and ran through the album. And
There you
then
go.
when I came across a song that I liked, I immediately threw it onto a playlist. You know what I'm saying? So
You catch the El Camino album or the Sid album?
El Camino.
I didn't listen to El Camino yet.
Dog. Camino to me is, and I love his music. He's just a culmination to me of like
Okay,
a few different
that's
artists.
exciting me then.
He's a few, but a few of the like Griselda artists mixed in with Max B.
Okay.
But he does it well, where it's not an imitation; it's his style, and I love it.
And see, I want to be like in an uninterrupted scenario when I'm listening to these albums. So
I like how he raps his pain.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's because it's something different.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
something different. Don't get me wrong. He
He
still
can rap.
talk his shit,
Yeah.
and he can rap.
Okay.
But he raps his pain. He gives you a different perspective than your.
So what would you
That's
rate
why
the
I
album?
like
Because I'm excited to listen to it. So what would you
For
rate
me,
it?
I'm like when I say this, it's not saying like, oh, it's the greatest, but to me, I would give it, because I listened to it all the way through, I would say a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10? Okay.
For me. I'd say maybe an 8.5 if you want to be critical of it.
Okay.
I'll say 9.5.
Okay.
It's definitely a album that you have to be in the mood for because of the perspective that he's giving.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the Vince Staples album and the Kendrick Lamar album. So depending on how you're feeling, you could say either of those albums is one of the best albums. You know what I'm saying? It's just like so. But it's nice. Definitely nice.
And he does his own production. So
Makes some mastering and beats, and I love that.
You know who just dropped a new album? Ray Liotta. I haven't heard his latest.
It's been a while since I heard of him.
Word? Because he dropped E30. I want to say maybe earlier this year or late last year.
Okay.
And then he also, you know how he be giving EPs, so he had like a little 6, 7.
Okay. I need to go on around listening because I remember when he first sent me his music and I understood why.
Hey, because
I like.
Who are your favorite resurgence rappers? So like the rappers like that were kind of had a wave at a point. It might have fizzled down.
Like Nas when he linked up with Hit Boy.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a good one.
Would you not in that sense? That's a good example, but not in this sense.
Some more newer,
Nas
era
had his shine. I mean, like
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, like Ransom.
You mean like newer? You talking about like newer?
Like no, the ones that were kind of known back then had a little wave, but just never peaked. Ransom, Graph. Have you been listening to any of his new shit?
Neither one of them,
dude. Graph's new shit is amazing. Ransom, and I mean like the rappers who've come back, and to me they've been way better than they were before.
That's
you
a
can put
hard.
Nas in that too, though.
That's a hard way to answer that because if you know, then you know. And like then when new people, it's almost like when new people come across these artists, it's like, oh man, have you heard? And it's like, bro, I've been on that. Yeah. So it's hard to say.
But
I think it would be more like
say had a wave, not just someone was a fan of, someone who they had a slight little moment or something,
and then they kind of disappeared.
Mean, mostly the ones who I'm talking about are probably coming from that mixtape era. Like I think LES would be in that class too, right? Or was he like the double XL cover era? I think he was one of those freshman covers.
I don't know if he was on a freshman cover. The thing about him, it just seemed like he was underground, right? And he'd been doing this thing for a while. And then it's like you started seeing him linked up with other people, started seeing him featured on like, you know, some Currency or Larry June or, you know what I'm saying? And then he like, wait a minute, or you'll see Freddie Gibbs featured on his, right? Because you know when you search for your artist on it and you see who they featured on, you're like, Ellie Dallas on, and then they'll check for him like, oh, okay, I like his vibe, and then it seemed like more people start catching on, and then they kind of get bigger. You see what I'm saying? But it's like if you underground, you already have your own type of following. Because like think about it, it's like the same thing with Currency. He was underground for a while, and a lot of people don't know about his No Limit days or his.
I would say he's probably the best. Of
Currency
those
was No Limit and Cash Money.
He was No Limit before.
Before Cash Money,
and that's what I'm saying. A lot of people aren't aware of any of that.
He's probably the best of those people, and I mean currently, the people that I was trying to bring up, they're currently doing it. Currency been like. Started doing that like 10 years ago, maybe, or maybe even before.
I'm starting to see more people.
But he's like the best of that.
I'm starting to see more people fuck with him like that.
Crit.
Sure.
You feel me?
Yeah, Crit. You put me on Big Crit.
Remember, hey, when I was talking, every time I bring up Big Crit to him and his brother, I literally was saying that first big mixtape he dropped was the best project to me of that year.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this dude Big Crit. They was like, man, Big Crit? What? Who is that?
Oh,
cuz.
Yeah, I like Big Crit, man. He holds it down for Mississippi for sure.
Like Smoke Dizza. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so much. It's hard. Yeah. That's a hard one because there's so many. Yeah. I would say that they all have elevated
and gotten better. Yeah, they've got
the easy answer.
They all put an album together. Smoke Dizza, Crit, and Wiz.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Full Court Press or whatever.
It was less about weed and regular songs they made.
Yeah, it was cool. The only thing I didn't like is that like more than a couple were like female geared or aimed towards.
It's almost like this is the route we got to go if we ain't talking about this.
I think they did a video for one of them, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't watch it, but I seen the thumbnail.
Yeah.
They did something. That's cool.
It showed up.
I was looking for.
You know that little thing you can press on YouTube? Like, get this shit the fuck out of here. I don't want to see this shit no more.
Boy. I was gonna ask y'all something, man. Is any new movies? Any new movies? Any new films you seen that you
I haven't been watching TV really as much.
no shows, no movies, no
Man, I've been meaning to watch Doctor Strange, but it's just like the timing be off.
mixed reviews.
I know exactly why I need
Word.
to go see it so I can give my own.
Yeah, mixed reviews.
You haven't seen it yet, have you?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, so
Hey,
none of
haven't
us have
seen
seen
it.
it.
I ain't gonna lie.
It's supposed to come out on Disney Plus. in
I'm
like 2
excited
weeks.
for one movie that I just saw the preview for.
What's wrong with
The
you?
Buzz Lightyear movie looks
Come
so
on,
dope. My nigga, I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit look clean, bro.
Let me turn this mic down, y'all. I'm sorry
I
about
thought
that.
about
Yo.
unplugging it.
Bro.
right at the mic.
I watched it
It's one
twice.
Bro, I
I
seen
ran it back.
bruh. I seen
It's
one
like this why he
meme.
got
Bruh.
so much ego.
Bruh.
Bro, I seen one meme about him, and I was like, I'll never look at Buzz like you're the same. And I think the meme was like, he looks like one of those officers that say stop resisting.
He is one of them. He is one of them. He for sure is one of them.
And I said, I can't watch this movie,
That's
bro.
what you see what he did to my nigga
This is
Woody.
gonna
He was
this is
trying
gonna trigger a lot of issues for me. I can't watch Buzz.
I'm definitely gonna be watching that.
Oh my god.
Definitely
I
watching
did grab my copy of the Batman. It's right there. Cause it's already out. So I did grab that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
They don't think
Nice.
it's popping. That's why it's on DVD already. I don't think it's popping.
yeah.
My hair is bothering me. Scraping across
Have
my
you
forehead.
seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you liked it?
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I kind of like the how can I say this? It's more realistic, and then it's also more like Batman-y. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
you get more Batman than
what-
Bruce Wayne.
And no, I don't even mean just because of that. Just because from like, all right, Batman is what?
A regular person.
No, Bruce Wayne's a regular person. Batman is a crime fighter, but he's also supposed to be a super detective.
Mhm.
Exactly. That's the part. That
So
they leave
him
out in
having
most
a
movies.
figuring thing, and it's like, well, it's like in some of the other movies, it's kind of like he had to figure it out, but there wasn't really no putting the pieces together,
Yeah.
trying to get.
There was
you know
no
what I'm saying?
challenge for him
Not,
in the other
it
movies.
doesn't seem
yeah.
to be a
He's
real.
not figuring out clues in other movies. He's figuring out where the person is or who did this, but it's not really like
it
clues
just, it
that
wasn't
lead
hella
up to
intricate.
something.
It just, you know what I'm saying? It
Exactly.
just so.
It was honestly my favorite Batman movie.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
going like at one point he thought the person was talking about him. He's like, what,
I
you
mean,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
that's
He
how
just
I
didn't
thought
know-
it the whole movie. I was like, man, they
Yeah.
really know who he is.
Nope,
No.
nope.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping
Yeah, a
they
lot of
add the
curves.
Joker scene in there.
A lot of curves. It was
Oh,
cool.
and the DVD.
Yeah, because they released the scene that they cut out with the Joker.
seen that-
and that guy
'cause there's
is
two
going to play
different
the
scenes.
Joker.
There's
He-
two different Joker scenes. One that they cut out and one that they put in the end of the movie.
At the very, very end of the movie?
Yeah, so there's two different ones where there's
When he's-
more dialogue or interaction with Joker. Like I think they show him a little bit more.
And they don't really show him, but he's conversing.
Oh, I
with,
see what you're talking about. Like at the end of the movie when the
I guess
Riddler's
we're just
talking to
giving away
somebody.
Info, huh? Sorry if you haven't.
It's
seen
already
it.
out, guys.
It's on
been out for a
DVD
while.
if you haven't seen it by now.
But the last one is a more dialogue. I know what you mean. But that guy is going to play the Joker. They did
All right,
say
so
that.
let's talk about some. I've been seeing this trending a lot lately, and since you gentlemen both have on shorts, have you been hearing the Hoochie shorts or the Hoochie Daddy?
Okay,
shorts?
I just heard about this yesterday. I
Right.
just heard that
And then
because the thighs is
also,
out,
and then I also seen something.
and I
just
seen him
shared
try to pull
by,
his shorts down over his knees just now.
No. They kind of been. I seen I guess it was See the God
I need a drink.
who posted something, and it was like talking about the inches to determine if you're.
Hoochie Daddy.
Yeah.
It's nasty conversation. It's a disgusting conversation.
What the thing about it is like, it seems like the women find it funny,
Yeah, they think that's some funny shit.
and some of these males are playing into it.
It
Nigga,
ain't funny.
Don't fix your lips to call me a hoochie daddy, okay? I don't care how short my shorts are. They won't really be past my knee, if that. Like, I mean, like, going upward. They'll be going lower than they are. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
see, I like the legs out.
Yeah, I don't mind my legs
I
being
like the
out.
legs out.
I'm just not finna be giving away hella knee though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
All these things, yeah.
right.
You
know
ain't
what I'm
gonna you ain't
saying?
giving away no neavage.
I mean, a little bit. Depends on how I'm feeling, but like, you're not getting no thigh meat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know you like that.
What's the cut? All right, what's your cutoff?
Where yo cutoffs?
Right here? That's your cutoff right there? You go lower than that? Nah, these is official, man. It's shorts, my nigga. Y'all just like the lower
Definitely
part.
short.
Y'all just
Nah,
like the lower
I'm
part
right.
of y'all
I'm right.
legs
I'm
to be
right.
cool?
I'm right
Like,
here.
stand
if you
up.
sit- if you
Yeah, about like that. See, that's cool. That's cool. Maybe a little closer to the kneecap.
you got some buff ass kneecaps.
Nah, he's just bony. He just
I was about to say, bro.
them kneecaps protruding.
He got. I was about to be like, bro. I got some Muay Thai kneecaps.
I know. Please believe, man.
He old though. He's
Oh, okay. Carnage.
That's where all the owners just goes right to my knee.
that nigga hit
That's
you
what-
with a knee.
hey,
you
that's-
like,
Hey,
you like,
that's
ooh, when he
and when you
break.
get to that age, you start fighting like Ong Bak, where you just using elbows and kneecaps.
Bro,
Niggas
on
are
Bach,
bad.
though, that's a classic. That's a
That's a
bro,
classic.
Mine's gonna be called
Oh,
Batter
bro.
Up because
You know when they Americanized it, they called it the Protector.
bro.
When they
On
hit
Bach
theaters.
elbow.
nah, that's
Flash,
something
lose your
different from
memory.
Is it?
Ong Bak. The Protector is something completely different.
Bro,
okay,
when I
so
see
look,
okay,
check this
break
out.
it down.
Tony Jaa, because this is my guy. There's Ong Bak 1, 2, and 3.
Right. All three are fire.
I seen all three.
Oh, the
Third
third
one
one
is kinda,
mediocre.
questionable.
That's the
It's
one where he was trying to get his elephant
grew
back.
back.
But-
yeah. No.
Because the first two
very
came out
first one.
around each other, right? And then the third one
See,
came out
this is
later.
what's so crazy. So it's like the first one, pops get pop.
Right.
No. First one, the very, very first Ong
That's when
Bak.
he first starts fighting.
He goes to the city
Yeah.
to get his cousin because the statue had gotten, the head had gotten stolen.
Right.
Okay, that's the first one.
Okay.
The second one
Damn, bro, I
is the
forgot.
jungle.
Right.
Yes.
I remember that.
Okay, and then the third one is after he got mollywop and he trying to get his groove back.
Yeah.
Right? Because in the third one, he gets
He
mollywopped
got
by somebody that
thrashed.
looks like him, but it looks like an evil shadow of him.
Yeah. He got
Right?
thrashed.
And the third
bro.
one, right? And then that's when he got to get his groove back. Now, the Protector is something different because that's the one where his pops get shot and then he goes and flies to, it's not America, I think it's Thailand, to find his elephant and get his elephant back.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay. That
And I'm
came
so-
out in theaters and I didn't want to
Look,
watch it because I'm like, yo, it's the same movie. as Ong
Nah,
Bak.
that was his first
Introduction.
major
Okay.
motion picture, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it hit the theaters. So Protector was dope. The thing that sucks is they made Protector 2 and it was like trash. Super
See,
trash.
Like, so have you seen Old Boy? It's a Korean movie.
Okay.
Old Boy. It's a very good movie.
As long as it's
They-
violent.
Yeah.
I
They
need
made
that.
an American version of it. Trash.
They
Samuel L.
watered it
Jackson.
down.
It was, oh my
Yeah.
God, bro. Trash.
Yeah, I
But
got into the
original
Ong Bak,
was
and when they stopped, then I started jumping into IP Man.
Oh, yeah.
All of those are dope.
Man. Oh, yeah.
Bruh.
The one that kind of threw me was the prequel.
Yeah, bro, they was doing too much.
And then have you seen the motion picture like the one that hit theaters called The Grandmaster?
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay, yeah, that one was kind of.
It ain't him.
It's like a love story,
Oh no, I can't have that. I need fighting and
and there's some fighting in it, but it's just like it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be.
yeah, they got to get it together, man.
It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be.
Yo, we just went in on a martial arts rant, something serious.
Definitely.
I think the audience just learned something about us. Like you dudes are some nerds.
Man, I'm all about action and
Yeah,
fighting. And, like, bro, some of the best movies be the ones you gotta read subtitles.
Exactly.
yeah,
Like, bro, I
Exactly.
caught this movie called Sword Master.
went crazy.
Bro, I've probably watched it like a good.
You be
10,
fighting some
15
hidden
times,
gems.
like
Cause I remember you referred me to watch Nobody, and I thought that was a slept-on movie.
major.
Like if you like, that's a really really good movie, bro. You should. Yeah, you got to check out Nobody. That's
Hold on. What's it about?
basically a dude that is a
You got
nobody
HBO
to a certain
Max?
degree.
I've come across that before.
you
and
have
he's-
HBO Max?
I've come across
It's
it.
on there.
Oh,
Watch
bro,
it.
the action
It's
is
recent.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, up to the
I've
past
seen
year
it.
and some change.
It's
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
saw I saw a thumbnail.
Riz in it? Oh, you ain't seen
I
it.
haven't seen
You
it.
seen it on the
On the
okay, yeah.
thumbnail. So Riz
click,
is in it.
Click okay. Yeah, watch
Oh,
it.
and and Christopher Lloyd.
I'll be watching it.
And he,
Oh, hey, while we're at it, even though it's not related. Rest in peace to Ray Liotta.
yeah,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace to Ray Liotta, bro. That
Man,
one threw me off, bro.
it's crazy because you say that because I just finna speak on a movie that he's in.
Oh, which one?
It's called Revolver.
Okay.
That's out?
It's old. It's
Okay.
an older movie, but I love it. It has Ray Liotta, it has Andre 3000, and it has Jason Statham in it. And the movie is dope.
Okay.
Like,
What's it
it's
about?
one of my favorite movies. Man, I don't even want to say too much. You just go see it. You just find it.
Okay.
Just find it. But
My
it's
favorite
dope,
Ray
bro.
Liotta film, you know, is Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, my God.
Everybody.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Goodfellas.
Yeah.
How could you not?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite. My brother forced me to watch that. He forced me to watch all the mobster movies between 6th grade and 8th grade.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, man, that was crazy because his catalog is thick. He was even on GTA. He played the main dude on Michael on GTA.
All Saints.
And he played no. It wasn't Michael.
Sopranos
It was
movie?
Tommy Vercetti from Vice City.
yeah.
He played Tommy Vercetti on Vice City. Cause I was like, why does this dude sound so familiar?
You know why?
That's crazy.
He that dude.
Basically.
So yeah, for sure. So I talked about this a little bit with Jelani yesterday, man. I feel like we can chime in on it. I came across a video. It was posted on the Notion page where this young man was talking about making fun of black kids coming from the suburbs, right?
Hold on. So there's a video of someone making fun of black.
No,
kids?
he was talking about how black kids from the suburbs get made fun of. You know, his approach was condescending.
Mhm.
You know, because he started like listing all of his quote unquote accolades. Like, I'm educated. I grew up in a $500,000
And
house.
he's a kid from,
this, that,
so
and the
he's a
other.
kid from the suburbs.
And the kids from the suburbs.
Okay.
He said, but why would I want to relate to to people that don't share the same lifestyle as me? And now you have a whole bunch of kids that grew up well that want to talk about how they got it out the mud and stuff like that to gain respect from those that didn't, that got it out the mud, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Are still in the mud.
yeah, for sure. And the reason why that it kind of brought me to a place to discuss it is because recently
playing in mud. I get out the soil. This mud is too much. The what? Nah, go ahead. Continue, money.
we don't all farm. But the thing is
in his point, he was saying like, why do people relate black people with poverty?
Exactly.
that's what stood out to me the most.
Mhm.
But to
With
compliment
being
his
real.
to compliment his point, yeah, because I spoke on that to some of the responses.
Mhm.
But to compliment what he's saying, there was just a scenario with T.I.'s son trying to be gangster
I was
in a
just about to
Waffle
bring
House.
that up as I thought that was what we was talking about.
Well, I'm kind of mashing it both together
Mhm.
because like that's the result of trying to be respected, and
Right.
you're not respected, or you're not considered real, or you don't know anything about any adversity because you grew up better than most other kids. But connecting poverty with black folks is that's a badge of honor, and that's all what we are. That really spoke to me when he said
because
that.
it's quote unquote struggle involved in that, I guess, or whatever. But even worse than the video of King is T.I.'s response to me.
I never even seen his response.
His response basically began with condescendingly saying that him and his brothers told his son, how could you be going back and forth with someone who's in a lower position in life than you? He said, you're going back and forth with the gourmet chef and the short order cook. And I'm like, that's the lesson you're telling him, that he shouldn't be going back and forth with, but he's eating there. He's eating at Waffle House.
Well, there's so many layers to
And
this.
so that's what that T.I., you the one that came from the struggle, and you allowing your son to perpetuate some sort of image. He's a crash dummy right now.
But there's layers to it because the other contradiction in hip hop, right? We don't like as a culture, we don't like when we're quick to call somebody maybe fake or Uncle Tom or whatever because they grew up in a suburban life and they calling everybody else broke that don't have what they have, right?
Right.
But rappers do that shit every day in their music. I don't fuck with broke niggas. I don't give a fuck about a bitch and this, that, and the other. So why is it okay for rappers to talk like that?
Let's have that conversation.
Right? But then when somebody that don't rap says it and probably says it in a more respectful manner, oh, they're an Uncle Tom and is that, I would say it's all coon shit then. It's either...
Well, I think the difference is the way that it came across in the video that you shared is like, when he said it in the way he started being condescending and talking, it was almost like, I don't deal with black people that didn't grow up like I grew up.
Correct.
And in a sense like that, it's just like, so because I don't have the privilege that you have, you won't deal with me. And in that light, you could be viewed as an Uncle Tom, right?
Right.
Now, on the same breath, if you're a rapper and you say, I don't deal with broke muff, that could mean anybody.
Yeah.
That's just anybody, right?
Yeah.
So it's almost like, while the person in the video was pretty much kind of targeting or, separating or directing it right at black people.
Yeah.
A rapper, in a sense, is generalizing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're usually, more times than not, sorry to cut you off, they're talking to someone that they aren't talking to. So like they're not talking
subliminal.
They're not talking to the fans, they're talking to an imaginary person.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine when you write and you say something about a person who isn't there.
Well, that's where I'm coming from as an artist.
Right.
As somebody that raps. I could be generalizing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But that's because that's what you do when you write lyrics. You're lightweight flexing. It's a flex.
Yeah, and that's really more. It's more of a.
It's more of a flex.
And see, I feel like in the video, his flex was towards less fortunate black people.
Exactly.
I took it like that, but I also took it like I also took his video as a response to something.
And that's the thing.
Which one are we talking about?
The one that was.
We're not talking about.
We're not talking about.
We don't care about that. We really don't.
Okay, I was about to say, hold on. He switched
not just because it was like that. What happened with King is so minor,
and it's gonna happen again.
The bigger picture,
Right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so it's like, yeah, it was like, I don't know, it was kind of sending. I get where he was coming from, because the bigger point that he was making, if you could get past his tone, was that, why is it me being black has to mean I have to be poor? Why is being black related to being in poverty? You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
So if I have money, I'm not black. I'm
not with
real.
The culture.
Now the whole thing about it is, you can be with the culture without looking to. I want to say, in a sense, mimic. Right, or put on this facade.
You can be yourself and still be with that part of the culture.
And that's the thing about it, because it's like, it's like, all right, well, I like to rap music and everything, so in order to listen to it, I gotta have on the hoodie and the baggy jeans and the J's, and like, no, you can wear the polo, the cardigan, and you know what I'm saying, the khakis. That's fine. Put on your boat shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool.
It's universal.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it, like you were saying earlier, like, oh, I'm not real, or people don't think I'm down. And then the first thing I thought was, why do you care?
Because real is only according to what you perceive as being real.
It's just like, why am I worried about what other people think about me that I don't even fuck with like that? If I don't rock with you like that, right?
I mean, that's the way it should be.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but because so many people care about, the opinion of society, they're gonna have a conversation, they're gonna have a rebuttal, or like I said before, it's dude sound like he was triggered by something that was said to him. That's what it sounded like to me.
I got a question that kind of brought up this. I went through this kind of thought process recently, and it was kind of a back and forth dialogue I had between two different sides. So I started wondering, like, because you have the whole perception of those who are real are the ones who are willing to fight, shoot, kill, whatever, in the streets, and
that's what's deemed real.
That's in the currently, right?
Urban hip hop. Yeah.
and the ones who are kind of like the more intellectuals are kind of pushed to the side. They're not really.
If you're not down with street shit or gang shit, you're considered squared.
Yeah, and
Point
nothing
blank.
wrong with being square, but they're not the ones who would be who anyone would look to be the forefront of any type of revolution or any type of fight.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But then I started thinking, well, who in history was successful in those two sides when it came to a fight? Was it like the people like Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X? Were these the people who were in the forefront who were fighting, or were these the intellectuals? I think the streets might want to stand behind, not behind as in position, but push those who are intellectual, because those are the people who actually, in my eyes, have gotten most of the things done that we have needed.
That's the contradiction with the street shit, because if if you have somebody from the neighborhood, right, and you hear like street dudes and gangsters say this shit, somebody from the neighborhood that don't live that life, right, and they try to go that route, they'll be like, nah, bro, you need to go to school, you need to do this, this ain't for you.
Get out of here.
But then at the same time, we'll still ostracize.
Yeah, because I mean,
criticize like each other for being that.
You see what they did to Nat Turner, right? And we're not saying that these type of individuals are not successful and that they are not part of but we're all part of the whole thing. And so that's what I'm getting at with people saying like coming from a struggle or coming from a position of poverty is being real, meaning that you had to go through some struggle in order to be real and understand what it means to be black. But they also don't understand that those individuals who live in a life where they don't have those same particular struggles, they are all part of the whole thing. Like,
well, when I looked at the comment section of the video where this dude was saying all of this stuff, right? Because it wasn't even his post; it was somebody that took his post.
Was it on YouTube or Facebook?
Instagram. And
you can know.
And when I looked and I seen the comments, right? Everybody pulled out the police comment, like, well, let's see how you feel like if you ever get dealt with by the police or whatever the case it was.
That had nothing to do with what he was talking about. He never said, from what you're telling me, I haven't heard you guys say that he said that he is somehow not gonna come into contact with police or have these same,
like he's gonna be, that was their way of saying you're still gonna get treated like the rest of us when you deal with the police. And I agree with your point.
So that means that he should be not himself. What are they saying? What are they correlating?
I got triggered out of I got that people were triggered out of what he said because they didn't like it. And my thing is, when we have these conversations and we're being realistic about how shit really is supposed to be, a lot of people get triggered by it. I'm kind of over people's tones with shit. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, so what is your overall message?
Right.
It's no different. A lot of women got triggered by Kim Kardashian saying you need to get your ass up and you need to work, right? Mm-hmm. Well, there's nothing about the tone. It was just a message altogether.
Mm-hmm. It was the messenger.
Well, the message, because your empire, your audience is basically the 9-to-5 regular celebrities ain't sitting back watching you. They out there doing and getting it the best way they can. So you see what I'm saying?
On the same breath, she was like, somebody asked her a question. It was like, how did you make? And she was like, oh, well, I get up every day and I go to work. People need to get their asses up and go to work. So it wasn't like she was just saying it like at people. Mm-hmm. She was responding to a question, but on the same breath, everybody that knows her is like,
well,
get up and go to work. You mean when you're recording the Kardashian? Because don't you have a whole team?
Yeah, so you hired people to
do everything,
right? So it was just like somebody saying you need to get up and go to work. It's just like, yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you can't say that.
Sometimes people need to know that they are not the messenger. It's not just that they are the wrong messenger. Some people need to know that they are the wrong messenger.
And a lot of people don't know that because we live in a society where everybody got a mic.
Right.
And everybody gets offended by everything in some way, shape, fashion, or form. You can't please everybody. That's why I just say what the fuck I want.
I ain't mad at that.
I ain't mad at it either. But I think people also need to understand. They need to understand what the fuck is realistic and what's not. If somebody tell you that associating poverty with blackness is stupid, I don't care if it's Donald Trump saying it. Dog, that's a fucking point. Yes.
Well, because the thing about it is this, so it's like, all right, every race, every nationality deals with poverty, right?
For sure.
For sure.
There are hoods
Everywhere.
or ghettos all around the world.
That didn't start here.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Every nationality, all on every continent, every country, but like I was saying to Spill the other day, we are the only race that glorifies it through music, right? And now, on the same breath, we are reporting what it is we see and we go through in the lyrics majority of the time, right?
Majority of the time, yes, correct.
Okay. So, I mean, yes, we can rap about other stuff, but that's what's real to us. That's our reality. And if that puts us in a position to make money off of it, wonderful. We will continue to do so. But now the people listening to the music might not come from that. But the beats slap. And we flexing and fresh off of, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Being a hood reporter through music.
True.
I want to be like that. That seems cool.
Right.
Go to the hood, fuck with the guys.
Yeah. Walk away
But
from shootouts.
You be running. Hopefully. It's not somewhere you even want to be in. But that's the thing about it. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, they create this world that makes it seem appealing in some sense.
The ghetto metaverse.
Right.
I don't know why, because anybody that really comes from that wants out and away from that type of lifestyle. They're furthest from it.
And you see them, the ones that really are serious, you see them, you can't even recognize who they used to be versus where they're at.
Bro, I was just thinking, like, man, let me $500,000. I'm not in nobody's hood.
Yeah.
I might stop wearing hoodies.
I won't run that with a hood on it.
Nah.
But
All my cars are topless, hoodless. Everything's just what? Nah. None of that.
But I mean, I think that's something that I think needs to be promoted more. And I am starting to see a shift in a lot of music. Because we just named a lot of artists that can give you so much more than the typical gangsta, I'm about this, I'm about that. Because, I mean, it's a form of art, but it almost sounds like the art is limited when you keep only hearing that. And that's why I do appreciate, and I do feel like there's going to be a heavy shift.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. The only reason any of that comes across my radar is because I go looking for it. Sometimes I want to go listen to some shit on Daily Slaps.
So you mean like it's kind of like what your algorithm is feeding
my
you.
Algorithm when you click on my YouTube page, you're gonna see a whole bunch of Little Ryan videos and because my daughter is on my page watching videos. You're gonna see gardening. You're gonna see some music videos every once in a while, but most of the stuff is like stuff that I'm looking up or a podcast or whatever.
True.
And in my music selection is just. I have a lot. I like to listen to some of the bullshit a lot of the times too. But yeah, it's like I like this time period though too because you can really actually control your environment and what's actually coming across your like social medias, your pages, your radar, whatever you want to call it. Although we are paying attention, we know what's going on.
Well,
we see it
a lot of time. Popularity can persuade control.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's not there, but we can control our little.
Yeah, I think us,
our
like
bubble.
our consortium, we kind of are like, yo, if I want to deal with this, I'm gonna deal with this. Yeah. But we all have our own taste. But like the masses,
right,
that have a little bit of a hard time understanding when and when they're not in the matrix,
right, is
I think what kind of leads to these kind of conversations or statements like the dude made or behavior like T.I. son. And
remember I told you like a couple of years ago I had the conversation of like I don't see what's happening on the internet is not happening in real life, at least in my experience.
Oh, we talk about that all the time. Yeah. It's a highlight reel.
It's if you go on the internet, you're thinking that the world is burning, and it's
Also,
not.
there's rare occurrences of a lot of stuff that's why it makes the internet, because it's not something that you normally see. That's why it gets so many follows and shares and likes, because it's something that's out of the norm. Like, think about half the funny stuff you see, you be like, what the hell?
Right.
Yeah.
You remember that video that was circulating of the dude who caught the ball on the basketball court and tripped over his own feet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, see,
That
you
was
see what I'm saying? How often you gonna see something like that?
I've never
traveled.
Hold on, no,
First of all, he traveled.
bro. I ran it back. I'm clumsy, dog. I thought it was something happened like they did it in like.
No.
Bro, I ran it back, bruh.
Over
He
his,
has to go home. Nah, he gotta go.
you see what I'm saying?
gotta
Though?
go.
And then it's like you think
He
about
gotta go
stuff
home.
and you see, you're like, yeah, that's rare. Like it's not common. And that's the thing. Like the social media, you see a lot of rare or uncommon, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
or niche type things.
Right.
But you see so many different things that are uncommon. You start to think that type of stuff is common.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people
That's
don't
true.
know, and like you said, you don't know how to disconnect from the matrix, because you could be connected to it even though you're not on your phone.
Yeah.
So
It's the
you could-
gospel. Everything
in your
is the
head,
gospel at that point.
You're gonna perceive life in that way, and if you can't break away and see that, well, when I go into these grocery stores and I'm going around and walking around in real life and I'm interacting with different types of people, I don't have these interactions that I perceive necessarily as a prejudice that's negative, or where someone doesn't necessarily isn't treating me a certain way.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it doesn't happen and that it hasn't happened, but on my day to day, I really don't have that type of experience.
Yeah.
I'm not
People
saying,
that
you know
people
what I'm
that
saying?
understand that, yeah.
And I think a lot of the things that we are saying as Black people, a lot of us are pushing this narrative as if it's our daily experience, and that is kind of a hindrance to us, I feel.
It's a big hindrance. You
Because
got to be nice
it's
about it.
not really happening to nobody every single day.
What you talking about, like
You know, because some
racial?
because some of these, especially some of the youngsters that are like this generation, they like, you know, it's like
Hey,
the
give yourself
Deontay
some
Wilder
Give yourself
speech.
some camera time, bro.
Oh, you want it off?
Yeah, give
Oh, look.
yourself some camera.
Yo, so look, check it out. Like, nah,
Bruh,
like the
he just
Deontay
kissed the
Wilder,
camera.
the Deontay Wilder energy. Like, you know what I mean? When he, what did he
When you
say?
say to this day,
To this day. And it's like, bro, it's not happening every day, dog. Come on, bro. Every day, all day.
we could. It's
Come on now.
if we pay attention to it, right? Then yeah, it's gonna seem like it's all the time, every day, whatever the case is.
Right.
I do agree with both. I feel like we do go through shit on a day to day, but at some point in your life, which for all of us, probably in our youth, we just start understanding, yo, that's just the way shit is, or the way a motherfucker's gonna be, or whatever. And I'm not, and then it starts getting to a point where it's like, I'm not entertaining certain shit. So
for
if
sure.
you want to be this way, if you want to think this way, you want to operate this way, good for you. But
Right.
I'm not gonna notice
Right.
because I'm over here with it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But I do believe that we do as a culture have like this unspoken civil war. I mean, even when me and Jelani talk on Boss Talk about business and the way we conduct things and how we critique and criticize and question our own, and there's so many layers, you know, where the conversation can go for hours. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That is a real thing. And a lot of that shit is influence coming from so many different directions. You know, compare and contrast and a whole bunch of bullshit, a whole bunch of hearsay, or, you know, people thinking they know what they're talking about until the conversation goes further and they have nothing else to say. So, you know, but I like I said, pulled that particular video out because I do think that I found it interesting, the reactions.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
what I
because a
found.
lot of people missed the point. They were just looking at the tone because of how he came across, and plus he was, you know, being a little condescending. And like I said, if you could get past that, there was a bigger, you know what I'm saying,
But see,
meaning behind it.
that's the other thing too, though. Like, some people feel like because of the type of person that someone, like, it's almost like, oh, you a square, you can't be talking like that. Like, check it out.
That's kind of like
Why
how I
he
looked
can't
at
be
it a little
condescending?
bit.
Because y'all talking condescendingly.
All
Y'all
the
trying to tell him
time.
he's not real based on what parameters that you're saying that he not real. And so he coming back at you with the same energy. And then you want to try to say, oh, it's a problem because you can't speak like that. But you think that you could talk. You basically pulling that, oh, I'm bigger than you in the sense that I could talk down to you. But you really can't.
Exactly.
And when they put it back in your face like that, like a
you don't like
it type of individual, oh, he can't do it.
You know what that made me think of when he said
talking to me.
40-year-old virgin.
Okay.
Remember that little interaction that they had?
Yeah.
And dude was like, you know what I'm saying?
So Kevin Hart and
Yeah.
I don't know what that word means, so I'm
come
gonna
on,
say it's
man,
disrespect.
don't be a nigga, be my nigga. He like, all right, look, I'm nobody's nigga, okay? You somebody niggas wearing that nigga tie. He like, all right, now you're being condescending. Let's move forward amicably. Hey, look, so I don't understand all them big words, so I'm gonna take it as disrespect.
Exactly.
Watch your mouth.
And help
me with this TV. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, so because you don't understand where he's coming from or what he's saying,
right.
You feel me? You're taking it as disrespect and you're missing the message. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
he being himself. That's being
bro.
real.
That was a perfect analogy. Because that's exactly what happened with this dude's video. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what happened. Because you show me the lies and all right.
He said poverty? Did he just call us poor and a rich word? Check this out, motherfucker.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was, man. But I don't know. We got work. We always got work to do as a culture.
Yeah.
They stop being offended by everything, and I don't mean us as a culture. I just mean people in general. Like like I said.
Do you think this is gonna
sensitive.
eventually blow over where everybody stops being offended about every damn thing, or do you think it'll get worse?
Everybody won't stop being offended until people stop being overly sensitive.
Where did this come from?
I don't know. Cause like
we got to investigate where this hypersensitive era is coming from.
There's a theory.
Okay.
I think somebody stated that the 60s had a true, actual, like, generational issue that they were dealing with. And that was the civil rights movement.
Right.
All right. Then you had the 70s that had a generational movement that they had, which was there was the musical influence.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was the political influence.
Mm-hmm.
They had a lot of gay rights, women's rights, the Vietnam War, the protest against the war. And then you had the 80s, which was there's the crack epidemic.
Epidemic. Ooh, that word whipping your ass.
Ooh, Shanghai.
Yeah, it came in there. Hold on, I can spell it though. Y'all want to spell it?
No.
Break it down. Nah, because he get me like this. Go ahead, break it down. Spelling bee.
EPDI.
EPMD. That's a group.
That's wrong. EPID.
That's what I just.
You said EPD.
No, I didn't. EPMD. I said that.
You said
go ahead. What happened in the 80s?
Give me a piece of paper. I'll write it down for you. Give me a piece of paper. I'll write it. Nah, but look, they so those generations had like those
80s had the drug epidemic.
Right. And somebody I think mentioned something about like this generation, there really isn't a real they're looking for things to be.
They're looking for trauma.
They're looking for it. There's nothing real.
Yo, Lodo, we about to go get some trauma.
We've always dealt with police brutality, whatever you want to call it. We've always dealt with that.
Yeah, it's true.
As a people. So
yeah,
it's not like they just have some sort of
racism.
They're not dealing with
cyberbullying.
Yeah, that's corny.
Like I said, man, they coming out here trying
cyberbullying. Cyberbullying.
If you don't know how the black people are cut off your screen, that's on you. Okay.
Cyberbullying.
Right. Cyberbullying.
What does it DM say? My gosh.
Somebody in.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But nah, that's what it is. Like they're looking for something to be up in arms.
I will say that, you know what, we probably need to talk to some younger people and see what it is that they're feeling. But however, I can already say now
they're feeling depressed. They're angry.
I can already say now that they have access to things that we dreamed about as a kid,
right?
Going to sleep at night,
right.
So the fact that they have access to something that we didn't know we would ever see means that you guys need to have some responsibility with it because you were born in it. You were born in the things that we dreamed of.
They don't have nothing but
expectancy
and entitlement.
Man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not gonna say all of.
No, we can't say all. I mean, there's
there's some of them can't walk or talk yet, but when them babies grow up,
Oh my God! Hey, nah. The generation of kids born in the last
10 years.
5 years.
Yeah,
Nah.
I don't know, man. From what I see, it seems like
2035, I think, is when my daughter will graduate high school. Just think about that. 2035. It feels like we're gonna be.
I mean, that's of now, man. Technology is growing. People might be graduating.
you know what I was just thinking?
Same,
So it's like
Younger.
the generation after us grew up in technology,
For
right?
sure.
Yes,
Like Facebook, IG, Twitter,
The devices.
Pinterest,
all of these things were
iPods,
established.
iPads,
They started.
MacBooks.
YouTube,
Yeah,
all of these different things, right?
Mhm.
And so, on the same breath, when you think about, this this younger generation, a lot of them grew up with just the devices, the phones, and the TVs because a lot were younger parents and had to work. So,
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Use
like
this real quick
while
while
I
I
get,
go.
while I get a nap in after
Yeah.
working a long shift or whatever, right?
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
my
Got
daughter
the
know how to
kids.
do the youth. I do it.
But I'm just saying.
Ain't no
So
shame
it's
in my
like
game.
when you think about it, it's like the technology that they grew up with and around really has had a lot to do with their development, their
True.
understanding,
Yeah.
their level of intelligence. So it's also makes sense that those same things have an influence on how they think, their perspective, how they're affected, and where their emotions and feelings are placed or misplaced, so to speak.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because when you went outside,
So then
as a
you think
kid-
about that. Think about cyberbullying. It hits different when you
That's
say
what
it
I'm
like that, right?
Because as a kid, you go outside and you get made fun of outside.
But you wasn't
And-
outside, right?
So that's what I'm saying. If they're not going outside,
And at
very
school,
much-
they've already outlawed
Prevented that.
bullying.
yeah, you can't
Yeah.
make
Because
fun of niggas no more.
freshman Friday it
They
ended
know
with
nothing of
ours.
it.
You can't
Yeah.
make fun of
So
nobody
you know
no
what I'm saying. You think about the way that we grew up, where you actually had interactions from a youngster to a certain age, where you were outside and you guys talk shit and you have
Yeah, because
fun.
that's how you got your nickname.
Because think about it.
Mhm.
Think
That's
about
how you
it.
got your nickname.
What does capping mean now?
Bullying.
No,
Capping
capping.
means
Capping.
lying. You're
Capping
bullshitting.
means
Oh,
means lying
I forgot. I
now,
didn't even-
right? But back in the day, capping meant what?
Bagging on
Roasting
each other.
shit,
Roasting.
Yeah,
right?
roasting. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
been a shift, and it's
Yeah.
crazy because it's
That's
like
crazy.
when I heard like that's cap, and I was like, I
But where-
didn't catch the
I didn't
joke.
say anything.
But
Yeah,
where
I
did
didn't-
that
you know,
even
it's
come
like-
from?
Yeah.
Where does the root of the word cap in reference to?
I tried to find it in the Urban Dictionary.
I
and it
did
still
too. They
make
didn't
any
have it up
sense.
there yet.
It still didn't
Somebody
make
from
any sense.
Atlanta got to go up there and edit that.
I don't know, man, because I'm thinking because I'd be like old school capping, firing that nigga, letting off shots, cap.
Yeah.
Roasting,
Yeah,
playing the
that's what I thought. Now, capping as
Shooting?
far as lying, I have no idea
Yeah, I don't
how
know.
that came about.
I tried to figure. Oh, is it like catfishing? So like you catfish? Like,
No,
all right, I'm just trying to figure it out.
I
man.
see.
I'm pulling straws. Pulling straws.
Yeah, you're running out of bag of
Hey,
tricks.
all right.
Grasping at the air.
We need our Atlanta correspondent. to
Somebody
come
break
through.
it down to
Yeah,
us,
break it
please.
down for us, man.
It's
If
a-
y'all out there know where cap came from, we got a prize for you.
Somebody gonna
it's
text
a-
Steve
Like
Rogers
Cap?
in the live.
Like lids.
Nah, yeah.
I just
Yeah.
gotta fit it.
That's definitely word of the day.
Cap.
Yeah. No cap.
You gotta put it right there at the bottom of the screen. The definition and
The ball bouncing.
My man brought up the sing along joints.
Nah, man.
Anyways, man, I think we pretty much got it covered. Hopefully we get some feedback. Hey, y'all need to stop being so scared and start leaving feedback. We will respond. Okay, just leave feedback, man. Let us know.
Comment,
You tag.
comment,
you gotta
subscribe. Make
tag
sure you
people
hit
you
that.
responded
What's
to.
that? The like. What's
The
that?
like button.
Hit the like button and subscribe to
What's
our
up,
channel.
guys? We're here at the podcast.
Yeah. What's up, guys? It's the podcast. It's your favorite here. It's me, Farmer Poe. Nah, we got.
Yeah, you got to work on it, man.
A little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like, hey, man, what's going on? It's your boy Farmer Poe here with the Farmer Poe YouTube channel.
You got
Please
your
like and
YouTube
subscribe.
voice down.
Let's go down right here. Leave a comment in the comment section. Before we get started, I want to let you know about these peaches.
Nah, mine gonna be regular. Mine gonna be regular. Hey, man, hit that little button right there so you can keep getting these videos every time so I ain't got to call you and let you know or text you.
You don't pop in the camera with overalls and one of them little wheat straws, and he gonna walk by the camera like he don't know you're there. He like, oh,
With the banjo in the background.
well, glad you guys decided to pop by. Well,
Hey, who is the dude that was
grab my hoe
famous
and
for
go to
doing?
work.
Who is the dude that was famous for doing all the paintings with the white dude with the fro?
Bob Ross.
Yeah.
I just wear that guy's socks. That's the man.
man.
Bob Ross.
You gonna
man.
come in like, oh, hey there, guys.
We don't make mistakes.
Have y'all seen the Bob Ross documentary, man?
Hey, it's a good documentary.
I
It's a
haven't seen the
good
documentary.
documentary. It's kind of sad.
Bro,
It's kind of
right?
sad. It's kind of
I
sad.
haven't seen it.
Nah, man.
I don't think
Y'all
I
watch
want
that
to.
tonight.
They did my
It's
man
action
dirty,
packed,
dude.
son.
Nah, you said it was sad.
It's
They did
action
my man
packed though.
dirty. It's a good doc.
Sitting with my joint.
Watching,
Go on like,
crying though.
this one for you, Bob. Right now, you're not gonna have me doing that.
Hey, you finna go down and get you some paint and brushes and try to. This is in the memory of Bob.
Rip and dip. Nah, we're not.
Still ain't got it.
Oh, how do we get here?
You know.
He was about to end it, but I tried to
All right.
pull it back.
Yo, it's your boy Dizzy D Spill. You've been tuning into the Notion Podcast with my co-host in the building,
Farmer Poe.
Jelani Evans.
and we thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe on the YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram, the Notion Podcast, and the Twitter. Until next time, peace.